The vast oceans, covering over 70% of our planet, have fascinated humans for centuries. But beneath the beauty, there lies a wild and unpredictable force. Oceans are home to mysteries, unseen dangers, and perils that claim lives and inspire legends. When you think of the ocean, images of peaceful waves and azure waters might come to mind. But a world under the surface is full of unpredictable hazards. While many dangers are site-specific, certain threats are universal, affecting anyone who ventures into the deep. Let's dive into the open waters that make even the most experienced sailors and divers think twice. Chapter 1. The Blue Hole, Egypt. Along the coast of Egypt's Sinai Peninsula, in a place called the Blue Hole, you can find a beautiful but scary underwater world. This hole, which is close to Dahab, has a reputation for being one of the most dangerous places to dive in the world. Below its calm blue surface lies a maze of dangers that have killed many people, giving it the sad name Diver's Cemetery. The Blue Hole is a round sinkhole in the ocean that is more than 100 meters deep and has a width of about 130 meters. In contrast to most coastal places where the seabed slopes, the Blue Hole drops straight down, making an underwater chasm. Coral reefs around it make it look even more beautiful, drawing dives looking for an out-of-this-world experience. At its edge, the Blue Hole opens up into open water through a natural arch that is about 56 meters deep. This underground tunnel, which is called the Arch, is both interesting and dangerous. It has sheer walls on both sides that make it look like a strange cave. Even though it is very beautiful, even experienced dives should not go there because of the depth, poor visibility, and strong currents. The Blue Hole is appealing because it looks so simple. It looks like a calm dive spot to someone who hasn't been there before. But its depth and unique structure make it dangerous in many ways. One of the primary hazards is nitrogen narcosis, a condition caused by the increased pressure at depth, which affects a diver's judgment and coordination. At depths beyond 30 meters, the effects become more pronounced, often leading divers to make critical errors. The arch is beautiful, but it is also very dangerous. Its entrance lies at a depth where nitrogen narcosis and oxygen toxicity are real threats. Divers often underestimate the length of the tunnel, which is about 26 meters. Misjudging air supply or failing to maintain proper buoyancy can result in running out of air before reaching the other side. Strong currents near the arch further complicate matters, pulling divers off course or deeper than planned. Also, it's hard to find your way around the Blue Hole because there aren't any clear signs or reference points. Divers can get lost in the deep blue ocean and forget how deep they are or which way they are going. This effect, called blue water vertigo, has led many dives to go deeper than they meant to, which has often killed them. There is some truth to the Blue Hole's terrible image. Numerous people have died there over the years. Figures range from 150 to 200 deaths. One of the most famous cases is that of Yuri Lipsky, a Russian diver who was 22 years old and whose death in 2000 was caught on camera in his helmet. Lipsky went down quickly to more than 100 meters without the right gear or training for that depth. The footage shows how lost he was as nitrogen narcosis took over, which eventually led to his tragic death. Many other divers, both amateur and expert, have had the same thing happen to them. Some were drawn to the arch because they thought it would be fun and interesting to explore, while others didn't realize how dangerous the pit itself was. Even with these problems, the Blue Hole continues to draw people who want to be scared, which makes it even more dangerous. While the Blue Hole is unique in its geographical features, it is not the only underwater sinkhole that poses significant dangers. Dean's Blue Hole in the Bahamas, which reaches a depth of over 200 meters, is another site that combines breathtaking beauty with perilous risks. However, its remoteness and smaller diving community mean it sees fewer fatalities. Another comparable site is Belize's Great Blue Hole, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. While it is less hazardous due to organized diving tours and strict regulations, its depth and limited light beyond a certain point present challenges similar to those of the Blue Hole in Egypt. The Blue Hole is very scary because it is both beautiful and dangerous at the same time. Divers continue to come from all over the world to this spot. Many are drawn there because it's known as a test of skill and courage. Some people see it as a challenge to complete their bucket list, while others see it as an amazing challenge that must be solved. But the water doesn't put up with pride or carelessness. When you look into the Blue Hole's clear water, it's easy to forget how dangerous it is. The risks are life and death for those who dare to go into its depths. Are you ready to jump? Or is it better to look at this natural wonder from the outside? Chapter 2. New Smyrna Beach, USA, on the Atlantic coast of Florida. New Smyrna Beach is often described as a tropical paradise with its pristine sand and gentle waves. Located just south of Daytona Beach, this stretch of coastline attracts surfers, swimmers, and beachgoers year-round. But beneath its postcard-perfect surface lies a darker reputation. New Smyrna Beach is considered the shark bite capital of the world. New Smyrna Beach is a part of Volusia County, Florida, and stretches along a 13-mile coastline. The area's proximity to the warm Gulf Stream current plays a significant role in its ecosystem. This warm water current brings an abundance of marine life closer to shore, creating a rich feeding ground for predatory species like sharks. The Indian River Lagoon system, which flows into the Atlantic near New Smyrna Beach, also serves as a vital nursery for fish and smaller sea creatures. These conditions make the beach an irresistible hunting ground for sharks. The geography of the beach includes sandbars and shallows that are popular with surfers. Unfortunately, these are the same areas where sharks are most active, especially during feeding times at dawn and dusk. The combination of human activity and natural feeding grounds creates a perfect storm for encounters between sharks and humans. New Smyrna Beach's reputation as a hotspot for shark activity is not without merit. The high concentration of blacktip and bull sharks in the area poses a consistent threat. These species are known for their aggressive hunting behavior and proximity to shallow waters, where humans often swim and surf. Unlike the deep-sea predators, these sharks thrive in areas close to the shore, increasing the likelihood of encounters. Another factor contributing to the danger is the sheer number of people visiting the beach. Surfers and swimmers create a situation where splashing and movement mimic the behavior of prey. Sharks, with their highly sensitive senses, may mistake a person for a fish, especially in the turbid waters often found near the beach. While most shark bites are not fatal, they can still cause severe injuries, leading to long-term physical and psychological scars. New Smyrna Beach consistently reports more shark bites annually than any other beach in the world. In some years, the number of shark attacks in this single location surpasses the total for entire countries. One particularly infamous year was 2008, when the beach recorded over 20 shark bites, earning it global notoriety. In 2019, 3 shark attacks occurred on the same day, within hours of each other. The victims were surfers and swimmers enjoying the shallow waters. Although none of the incidents were fatal, victims often described feeling a sudden tug or sharp pain, only to see a shark disappearing into the waves after delivering a single bite. Most bites are classified as hit-and-run attacks, where the shark releases the victim after realizing it has mistaken them for prey. Despite numerous attacks, fatalities are rare at New Smyrna Beach. The sharks in the area typically feed on fish and smaller marine life, not humans. Still, the frequency of bites has led to a heightened awareness among locals and tourists alike. And this beach is not the only location with a reputation for shark encounters. Several other beaches around the world share similar characteristics that make them hazardous. For example, Gans Bay in South Africa is often referred to as Shark Alley. It is home to a dense population of great white sharks. The cold waters and abundant seal colonies attract these predators, making it a hotspot for shark cage diving and risk. Another notable location is Reunion Island, a French territory in the Indian Ocean. Over the past 2 decades, it has seen a dramatic rise in shark attacks, many of them fatal. The combination of volcanic reefs and waters near shore creates an ideal hunting ground for bull and tiger sharks. While New Smyrna Beach's danger is undeniable, it is important to remember that the risk of a shark attack remains statistically low compared to other threats. Local authorities and researchers work tirelessly to minimize risk by monitoring shark activity and educating visitors on safety measures. Tourists are advised to avoid swimming at dawn and dusk, steer clear of schools of fish, and remove shiny jewelry that might catch a shark's attention. Chapter 3, Queen's Bath, Hawaii. Located in Princeville, a luxurious area known for its breathtaking landscapes, Queen's Bath is formed by the collapse of a lava tube. This natural tide pool fills with water from the ocean, making it seem like an inviting swimming spot. However, its geographical location is both its charm and its curse. The pool is perched directly on the rugged shoreline, where the Pacific Ocean's powerful waves crash with ferocity. This unique combination of geological formation and proximity to the ocean creates an environment fraught with danger. The most treacherous aspect of Queen's Bath is its susceptibility to sudden changes in ocean conditions. Visitors are often attracted by the calm appearance of the pool. They are completely unaware that the seemingly calm waters can turn into a death trap in moments. Rogue waves, similar to those discussed in General Ocean Dangers, are a common occurrence here. Without warning, massive waves surge over the rocky ledge, inundating the pool with a torrent of water strong enough to sweep people off their feet. Once pulled into the open ocean, survival becomes a near impossibility as the waves repeatedly slam victims against jagged rocks. The dangers of Queen's Bath are heightened during Hawaii's winter months, typically from October to April, when the surf is at its strongest. Yet even during calmer summer days, the risk is ever present. The combination of slippery rocks and unpredictable waves makes it impossible to fully anticipate what might happen next. Queen's Bath has earned its grim reputation through numerous tragic accidents. One of the most terrifying incidents occurred in 2008 when a rogue wave swept a family of 4 into the ocean. While 3 members managed to cling to safety, a 23-year-old man tragically lost his life. More recently, in 2018, a young woman visiting from California was caught off guard by a powerful wave that pulled her out to sea, resulting in another fatality. Each year, new warnings and cautionary tales emerge, but the pool's beauty continues to attract unsuspecting adventurers. Despite clear signage warning visitors about the dangers, Queen's Bath remains a popular tourist spot. Many ignore the cautionary signs or underestimate the power of the ocean. Some believe they can spot a safe moment to swim, only to find themselves caught in an unpredictable surge. Locals and authorities repeatedly stress the importance of respecting the signs and avoiding the area during high surf. But these warnings often fall on deaf ears. Queen's Bath isn't the only natural feature of its kind with a dark side. Across the globe, there are other places where nature's beauty conceals its deadly potential. For instance, the Devil's Pool at Victoria Falls in Zambia offers a similar mix of allure and danger. This natural pool sits on the edge of the mighty waterfall, providing visitors with breathtaking views. However, one wrong move can lead to a fatal plunge over the edge of the falls. Likewise, the blowholes in Kiama, Australia, and Halona Blowhole in Hawaii have claimed lives when people ventured too close to their powerful sprays of water. What makes Queen's Bath particularly hazardous is the false sense of security it provides. The pool's size and location give it the appearance of a controlled environment, unlike the vast expanse of the open ocean. However, the ocean's power doesn't stop at the edge of the pool. It's this illusion of safety that lulls visitors into a dangerous complacency. Queen's Bath stands as a stark reminder of the ocean's unpredictable and unrelenting nature. While its beauty may tempt you to take a dip, the risks far outweigh the rewards. The tragic stories of those who underestimated its dangers is a warning for anyone considering a visit. If you ever visit Kauai, Queen's Bath should be a place you look at from afar. It's a wonderful example of how powerful and beautiful nature can be. If you knew what was below the top, would you take a chance? Chapter 4. Drake Passage, Southern Ocean. The Drake Passage is a narrow stretch of turbulent water connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It is one of the most treacherous marine corridors on the planet. Located between the southern tip of South America's Cape Horn and the northern edge of Antarctica, this waterway is a place where the wild forces of nature reign supreme. Known for its unpredictable weather, towering waves, and fierce winds, the Drake Passage has earned its reputation as a sailor's nightmare and a modern explorer's challenge. Stretching approximately 500 miles wide, the Drake Passage is the shortest route from South America to Antarctica. This corridor forms a critical part of the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, the world's most powerful and uninterrupted oceanic flow, which moves an immense volume of water from west to east around the southern continent. The collision of cold Antarctic waters with warmer Atlantic and Pacific currents creates a chaotic and volatile environment. The absence of any significant landmass to slow these currents amplifies the strength of the winds and waves, making this passage one of the roughest on Earth. The Drake Passage's infamy stems from a perfect storm of natural elements. The combination of strong winds, violent currents, and massive waves creates a hazardous environment for any vessel. The infamous Drake Shake, a term used to describe the turbulent conditions here, often involves waves towering over 40 feet and winds exceeding 50 knots. These conditions test the limits of even modern ships designed to handle extreme weather. Adding to the danger is the unpredictable nature of the weather. A calm and seemingly manageable passage can quickly transform into a chaotic tempest. Unlike other maritime regions where storms follow predictable patterns, the Drake Passage often defies forecasting. Another peril is the presence of icebergs, particularly during the austral winter. Large chunks of ice drifting from Antarctica pose a deadly risk, especially in poor visibility. Ships navigating these waters must be equipped with state-of-the-art radar and ice detection systems. But even these technologies are not foolproof against the relentless forces of nature. The Drake Passage has claimed countless lives over the centuries, particularly during the era of wooden sailing ships. Cape Horn, located near the northern edge of the passage, was a graveyard for mariners attempting to round South America in the age of exploration. Many ships succumbed to the violent storms and powerful swells, their crews perishing in the icy waters. One of the most infamous incidents in modern times occurred in 1972 when the British Antarctic Survey's vessel, RRS Shackleton, was caught in a ferocious storm. Despite being built for polar conditions, the ship suffered severe damage, and its crew endured a harrowing ordeal before being rescued. More recently, in 2007, the cruise ship MV Explorer sank after hitting submerged ice in the passage. Although all passengers and crew were rescued, the incident highlighted the dangers that even well-equipped and experienced vessels face in these waters. Despite its dangers, the Drake Passage attracts adventurers and scientists alike. For researchers, the region is a crucial area for studying ocean currents, climate change, and Antarctic ecosystems. For thrill-seeking travelers, crossing the passage is considered a badge of honor. However, this journey is not for the faint of heart. Even aboard large modern ships, passengers often endure seasickness and fear as their vessels are tossed about like toys in the raging waters. While the Drake Passage stands out for its ferocity, it is not the only maritime region with extreme conditions. The Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans meet, is notorious for its strong winds and towering waves. The Bering Sea, separating Alaska and Russia, is another treacherous region, with its violent storms and freezing conditions challenging even the most seasoned sailors. The Southern Ocean itself, beyond the Drake Passage, is a vast expanse of danger. Known for its roaring 40s and furious 50s, bands of strong westerly winds at these latitudes, the Southern Ocean is a place of unrelenting hostility. These waters demand the utmost respect from anyone who dares to navigate them. Chapter 5. General Ocean Dangers. One of the most significant threats to the ocean is its ability to change moods in an instant. Storms, hurricanes, and typhoons can develop rapidly, turning a calm sea into a raging monster. The phenomenon of rogue waves is massive. Unexpected walls of water that can reach heights of 100 feet has left scientists baffled for decades. These waves often strike without warning, capable of capsizing even large ships. Mariners recount stories of rogue waves appearing seemingly out of nowhere, destroying everything in their path. For centuries, sailors dismissed them as myths, but with modern satellite technology, their existence is now a proven reality. For beachgoers, rip currents are another dangerous phenomenon. These narrow, fast-moving channels of water can drag swimmers far from shore in seconds. Often invisible from the surface, rip currents are responsible for thousands of rescues and hundreds of deaths annually. Unlike typical waves, rip currents move straight out to sea, and the more a swimmer fights against them, the more exhausted they become. Lifeguards often advise floating parallel to the shore to escape their grip, but in moments of panic, many people fail to remember this vital tip. While sharks often get the spotlight, they are far from the only ocean predators posing a threat. Box jellyfish, primarily found in the Pacific and Indian Oceans, deliver venom so potent that it can cause cardiac arrest within minutes. Stonefish, camouflaged on rocky seabeds, possess venomous spines that can lead to severe pain, paralysis, or even death if stepped on. Other creatures like the cone snail and blue-ringed octopus appear harmless, but carry toxins that can kill a human in minutes. Their stealthy nature makes them particularly dangerous for divers and snorkelers who unknowingly venture too close. Cold water is another thing that poses one of the most underestimated dangers. Even in seemingly moderate climates, falling into cold water can lead to cold shock, where the body's involuntary gasping reflex causes people to inhale water. Prolonged exposure results in hypothermia, where the body loses heat faster than it can generate, leading to unconsciousness and death. The Arctic and Southern Oceans, with their freezing temperatures, are particularly perilous. But even temperate waters can trigger these life-threatening conditions if the exposure is prolonged. As we all know, the deeper you go into the ocean, the more intense the pressure becomes. At just 33 feet below the surface, the pressure doubles. For divers, failing to equalize pressure can lead to severe injuries like ruptured eardrums. At greater depths, the pressure can crush equipment, and the nitrogen buildup in a diver's bloodstream can cause nitrogen narcosis, a dangerous state that clouds judgment and motor control. Deep-sea exploration often requires specialized equipment to withstand the crushing weight, yet even the most advanced technology is not immune to failure. Coming to tsunamis, tsunamis are often linked to earthquakes. They can also result from underwater landslides or volcanic eruptions. These massive waves travel at speeds of up to 500 miles per hour, destroying everything in their path when they reach the shore. Coastal communities worldwide have suffered devastating losses due to these natural disasters. Unlike regular waves, tsunamis do not crest until they approach land, making them almost invisible in the open ocean. Their sudden and overwhelming force leaves little room for escape. Now, the most dangerous of all is overconfidence and unpreparedness. Sometimes, the greatest danger in the ocean comes from human error. Overconfidence, lack of preparation, and ignorance of the sea's power have led to countless tragedies. Novice swimmers underestimate the currents. Sailors fail to account for changing weather conditions, and divers ignore safety protocols. In many cases, a lack of respect for the ocean might have deadly consequences. Finally, there's the unexplainable. From the mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle to tales of ghost ships, the ocean holds secrets we may never fully understand. While these stories may be brushed aside as myths, they tell how little we truly know about the deep. The ocean's beauty is undeniable, but it's essential to remember its darker side. Whether you're a sailor, diver, or beachgoer, the ocean demands respect. Its dangers are as vast as its horizons, reminding us that nature's power often lies beyond our comprehension. Would you dare to explore these waters, knowing the risks?